We're taking strips of wool and turning them into these cute little mug mats for your afternoon tea. Let's get into it. Hey guys, it's Elizabeth from ElizabethMadeThis.com helping you sew something creative. If that is up your alley, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss anything. So I'm continuing in my series about quick little handmade gifts that you can make for all the people on your Christmas list. And today we're going to make these little mug mats and we're going to try our hand at weaving. So you only need a couple of little things to get into this, and it's a great way to use up scraps of wool that you might happen to have around. I made these from some old sweaters that I had used for a refashion project. Actually, it was for a costume project last year, and I was looking through my stash trying to think about this project, and lo and behold, I came across these scraps. They're a really great way to use up all those weird bits of fabric. I know when I refashion sweaters a lot of times, I end up with this weird strip of fabric that you can't really use for anything because the stretch is going the wrong way. It just doesn't work. So that is one of those places where you can use up those weird bits. So let's jump into the tutorial and I will see you on the other side. So the first thing you want to do is cut a square of fusible fleece and then cut some strips of sweater knit. And I'm using wool sweater knit, and then we want to just kind of lay down a base of those strips across the fusible fleece. Make sure that the strips are hanging off the edge of that. When we start weaving it, we want to have some strips hanging off the edge so that the edges don't so that they don't unravel on themselves. So make sure that they're hanging off the edge. So now we're going to start weaving. So we've got our base strips. So just pull back every other strip and put down another strip going the opposite direction. And then flip the strips back over that second strip. And then you want to take another strip and flip the other set of strips that you didn't fold down the first time over that first strip that you added. And then put another strip down over the top of that and flip those strips back over that. You can see we're starting to weave that guy in there. And you know what? Use your fingers to kind of nudge those strips closer together so we keep the weaving nice and tight. And then you just want to keep flipping up the strips, adding a new strip, flipping up the strips, adding up a new strip, and flipping them back over each on themselves. And eventually you have this. So now we need to fuse it. So we're going to grab an iron and definitely use steam here. I'm not using steam here because this is my prop iron. But use steam, use all the steam. So fuse it down on the right side and then flip it over and fuse it from the wrong side as well. And use that steam. Make sure it's nice and secure there. But to make it more secure, we need to stitch around the edge of the square. So working from the wrong side, stitch really close to the edge of your fusible fleece all the way around the square. Just once around the park, people. And then when you've done that, you need also to just stitch some rows across the strips, just little parallel lines. It's going to quilt it and also keep the strips in line. Trim off the edges. They've served their purposes. We don't need them anymore. And now put right side of your weaving together on top of another piece of the sweater knit. I keep it a little bit bigger so I don't have to worry about it falling off the edge. We're just going around the park. Same like we did before, except we're going to leave a little hole so that we can turn this right side out in a second. So just go around the square, leave a little hole, and then we've gone around the hole, trim away any extra sweater knit that might be hanging around on the edge, and also clip the corners before you turn it. So clip those corners, and now turn everything through the gap and poke out the corners. You know, just work out corners with your fingers, and then use a hand needle to finish up closing up that hole. So just a couple little stitches, make them as invisible as you can, and then tie off your needle at the end. It should just take a couple little stitches, so they're pretty quick. If you have any weird gaps there, you can bring the edges together and just do a couple little stitches there, and nobody's going to see those gaps either. So that's what I'm going to do there. So I'm just bringing my needle close to the edge there and I am just going to move in between those strips to bring those edges together so we don't see that fusible fleece sticking through. And that's it. Look at how cute they are, and you can see that when you vary the strips, you get really different effects for all of them. But yep, that's how you make these little mug mats, and they're just perfect for your tea. So enjoy them with your tea, enjoy them with a cup of coffee. You can put them out with your Christmas decor, or you can give them to a friend. That's great. I'm having some green tea right now. So that is how you make these little mug mats. I made a little collection of them, and one of the cool things I love about these is how you can vary the look of them just by how you cut out the color strips. So there's the checkerboard, which you make if you have your base layer is one color and the top layer is a different color. And then there's a multicolor, which if you take 4 different colors and vary them on the bottom and then do the same 4 colors on the top, it just kind of gives you that sort of look. And then there's a stripe. You take 1 color on the bottom and then you do 2 different colors on the top. That's how you get the stripe, which is kind of a cool thing. And then there's cherry pie, which is my favorite. So you take 1 color on the bottom and then 2 colors on the top. So that's kind of a different way that you can do that. So it's just kind of a fun way to keep messing around with the same materials and get very, very different results. So that is how you can make these fun little mug mats. I hope you will try them, and definitely go check out the playlist of the other quick handmade gifts that you could be making for all the people on your list this holiday season. I will see you later. Bye! Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this tutorial about mug mats. There's lots of other stuff here happening on Elizabeth Made This, so go check it out, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!